Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and today I'm bringing a brand new game to the channel. It's called Terraformers and it entered early access on the 21st of April 2022, which was about 2 weeks ago, I think, thereabouts, if my maths is in any sense vaguely accurate. First off though, a heads up, I do have to give considerable thanks to Stride PR for offering me a key to this early access game, which is produced by a new development team, which I've not heard of before, called Asteroid Lab, and is published by Goblins Publishing and Indie Arc. Anyway, what's the short description of this game that you see running beneath me, or the trailer for which you see running beneath me? Terraformers, they say, is an expansive colony builder and resource management game with roguelike elements. Explore the Red Planet, develop spectacular cities, spread life and terraform the planet with ambitious projects. Which sounds, intriguing enough. But what about the longer description? What are they telling us about this game? So we are going to be exploring the Red Planet, that's Mars that is. We're going to send our leaders to mysterious locations and be the first to discover rich resource depots, or maybe deposits. I don't know, we'll let that one pass. Giant crystal caves and stunning natural wonders. We will found new cities on craters and in lava tubes, and we will make them thrive while meeting our population's rising demands. People, they're always demanding stuff. It's annoying, I know. We will also be mining the rare metals of Mars and manufacturing them into advanced goods and setting up effective transport systems between our ever-growing cities. We could restart a volcano, we could construct giant space mirrors, or even crash ice asteroids so as to geo-engineer the entire planet. Well, quite ambitious indeed. We will also be in the habit of spreading adaptive bacteria, while maybe even planting full-grown forests with bears. Though I'm not entirely sure how good bears are at planting full-grown forests. But we shall find out perhaps as time goes on. Each life form has specific requirements and provides strategic benefits. So there's lots to look forward to in Terraformers. So why don't we crack on and get into the game itself. And here we are on the main menu of Terraformers. The Red Planet awaits. A very red looking planet indeed, with a magnificent alien or human, Martian city stretched out below our intrepid Martian explorers here, who don't appear to be wearing their helmets. Okay, a little bit reckless if you ask me. Of course, a reminder that this is an early access game, so things are likely to change over the course of development, and things may not work exactly as they're supposed to at this point, but we're going to see what it can offer so far. In terms of settings, there aren't a great many to choose from at the moment. We've got language, music and sound volumes and window resolutions and stuff. No key bindings. I've very seldom used keys, as you may know if you've watched any of my other videos on the channel. I'm very much a mouse-bound player, so I'm not too upset by the fact there's no key binding, but that may be an issue for you, depending again on how you like to play your games. So that's the settings, not much to choose from here at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replay the tutorial for you. I have played this through once entirely before and sort of poked around it a bit a couple of other times, but I think it gives us a good introduction to what the game's about and the essential mechanics. Now, this is welcome. Whatever. We're the first colonists. We're going to be doing this for the long-term benefit of humankind. We may have to suffer and struggle, but the people coming after us will be so thankful to us for getting here. We have an initial starting resource count of 50 power, 29 food, 10 water, and 5 titanium, which is one of our basic building materials. So let's see what the Red Planet looks like. And so here we are on the Red Planet. Our new colony has been created, and interestingly enough, it's called New Cape. Curious, because I think every time I have been into the tutorial so far, it's always been New Algiers. But I mean, they did promise roguelike, procedural, so every time you play, it could be different, or more likely, will be different. Now, I'm not going to go through every step of the tutorial here in detail. I'll summarise and comment where appropriate, just to highlight all the key features of what I think I understand of the game so far. And by no means am I any sort of expert in it. I played the tutorial through and that's about it. So there's probably a lot of things I don't understand about how to succeed in this game. This is our success meter. Basically, we need to get this to 300 to succeed in this particular scenario, and as you can see, there's all sorts of inputs into this counter in terms of how much the people love us, that's support, how many resources we've got, trade routes, and all the rest of it. So we just need to reach 300 and we will have completed a victory in this scenario. The next step here, it highlights this lovely flashing beacon here, this little happy face. It's currently 100 and it's growing at +1 per turn. This is our support amongst our population, which is currently very, very small. And as it says here, if we lose the support of our colony, of our people, if it reaches 0, we will have failed, the project will be abandoned and will be kicked out of this scenario. We will have lost, basically. So we don't want that to reach 0. We want to keep that going up as best we can. Our objectives at this stage, we need to select a leader as it told us, and that's this little icon here. And who do we have available to us? Again, these will differ. Each time you play the game, you'll get a different selection of leaders open to you. They all come with a backstory. So Alex grew up in Namibia, acres of farmland, distribution programs, and whatever. That's all good and fun, but what is important is what they're good at. Now, every leader has an exploration skill, because if you go to Mars, in an unknown planet, you have to explore it. So every leader can do exploration, and they will have 2 additional skills, which are, for Alex, farm. So a farm, that's +5 food. Does that mean he's going to give me 5 food every turn, or will I get 5 food for every farm I build? Not entirely sure. I'm going to think that will give me +5 food. In fact, I know what will happen is I will enable that skill per turn, and I will get 5 food if I use that. And the skills, you can generally use just 1 skill per turn, so I can either explore or farm. Right, I think I understand that. And his other skill is breaching aquifers. So he can convert a not owned water deposit into ocean. Right, if we discover water, we can either mine it for our own use to keep our colony growing, or we can start the terraforming of Mars by creating oceans of water, which I think is a more mid-late game kind of thing. So yeah, that's not terribly useful at this stage of the game. He also has a specialization. I'll come on to talk more about the specializations in a moment, but they are interesting in the way they are built into the game. And his is nitrates boost. So for every 3 nitrates I mine, he will give me another 1. Yes, okay. So I need to get mining going, and that will then come into play. But I've got no mines to start with, so I'm not sure that's terribly useful at this stage of the game. Now, in addition, or alternatively, I can select Thomas Foster, who is an explorer. Daring explorations, whatever, that's all very good. He can explore, of course. And he can mine resources. He can mine 5 of that resource with a bonus of +1 for large deposits and +2 for gigantic deposits. The skill costs power equal to the distance to the that sounds more complicated, but sounds actually quite useful. So if I mine 5 of that resource, does that mean 5 every time I open a mine, and then a +1 if it's large and +2 if it's gigantic? That might be what that means. His other skill is a supply station, and that means exploration missions by your leader can be undertaken from here, okay, and cannot be relocated. Now that's quite handy, as we'll see, because exploration costs power. And if we can put these supply stations further out from our city, then we won't need as much power to go to the more distant locations for exploration. That might be good, actually. And his specialization is silicates, Oh, it's the same, pretty much the same as with Alex. 1 extra for every 3. I think I'm going to go with Thomas, I think, actually. The plus 5 is good. But I think we're okay for food to start with. And the ocean isn't terribly helpful. The supply station might be more useful. So let's confirm, I think, Thomas is our first leader. Nice to work, nice to meet you. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's good. Now, our city, New Cape, which I'm going to rename immediately. Yeah, it's our first city, that's fine. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it New Ajax, of course. And I'm going to colour it orange. Lovely. Right, now this rock outcrop here is our sort of building map. Our city will actually grow in the crater you see extending in front of us. Now what can we do here? We need to construct something. We could construct a habitation module which requires 30 food. We've only got 29, so we can't do that. But we could build a greenhouse for 10 water, which is all our water. Yikes. Okay, we're going to need the food though, because we need to grow more people. We need more people. So we need, yeah, we'll have to place that, I think. And I'll put that there. That's good. Yeah, we'll do that. Exploring in a moment. We'll cover that in a moment. These rocks here are in the way. So if I wanted to place this, which I can't, if I wanted to place it on one of these tiles here, I can't, because these rocks get in the way of the path from my headquarters building here. And I can demolish those, remove those for 3 power. I don't know. I won't get rid of them just yet. I want to conserve my power for as best I can. Okay, what can we do? We can explore. So let's go explore Mars. And what we want here, that gives us nitrates. That gives us tritium and science. I would like to have found something with water, actually. Okay, now he's a silicate. This isn't helpful, is it? I'm getting nitrates. Okay, but nitrates are a key resource, as is tritium. Okay, let's go to this one. Now, when we explore a site, we will be offered the ability to mine it in the future, but first off we will get some resources from our first excavations of the site. So in this time we're going to get 6 nitrates and 3 tritium, not titanium, tritium. So that's added to our resource count, which is lovely. And as you can see, once we've got this place explored, it opens up other potential locations. I want somewhere with water. This is very upsetting. Okay, now I could mine this location. Well, I could, but I can't, because I don't control it yet. I need to expand into that. Can I? I could, perhaps. But as you can see here, which is what this numbers up here, this is what one of the earlier tutorial steps was telling us, a building and location account. I can currently, with my current population of just 1, I can build 5 buildings. I've currently got 2, headquarters and my greenhouse, and number of locations on the planet. I've only got a location maximum of 1, my location count, because that's how many people I've got. I can support that number of locations, which means I can't actually expand out of this site. This number here, the location count, needs to increase for me to expand beyond the city. My exploration has been used, so I just need to end this turn. And each year I will get 3 projects, which are the cards I have to play with. These are the buildings I can build. I could build a tritium thermogenerator. That requires 9 tritium and will give me 1 power per turn, which is nice. But that will also give me -1 support for any adjacent population buildings. So any habitation modules, I will lose support if I put a tritium thermogenerator next door to them. The keyword there is adjacent. Another building I could build is the laboratory. That requires 5 nitrates and 5 silicates, which gives me science. I don't have any science at all at the moment. Or a tuber farm, which gives me more food. Okay for food at the moment. I think laboratory. Yeah, we'll go to the laboratory. We'll add that to our card set, our project set down here. And what that means is, can I place either of these on my city? I can't place the lab, but I can place the habitation module. And that gives me 1 more population, which is handy because I need more population to grow. So let's do that. I'll place that there. That is lovely. And as you can see, our city, our map, our template here is being represented in kind of real terms by the buildings out here in the crater. So our head office, our habitation module, our greenhouse farm, yep, that's all represented out there. Now what I could do here is I could mine resources or build a supply station. I don't need either of those yet, but you'll notice at the top here my building count has gone up to 9 because I've now got 2 people, and my location count has gone up to 2. So if I come out of here to the main planetary map, I could now expand by clicking this button here to this location here to give me a nitrate mine location. What do I want? Ooh, now this one's interesting. If I go to explore here, let's get rid of you. Come out of expansion mode. If I go to explore here, now notice this side here is further away from my city, my colony. So it's going to cost me 2 power to get there, which is why the supply station is handy, because it will reduce that cost. That's how I think it works anyway. So where do I want to go? I think let's go here, I think. Yeah, that gives me 4 tritium and 3 more nitrate, which is handy. And that's a high plateau, which can be important for some buildings. Okay, now I've already used a skill this turn. I've done the exploration thing, which means I cannot mine for more resources. I'm just wondering how that skill works. Might see next turn. But what I can do is expand. I want nitrates, I think. Yeah, let's go here. So we're going to own that. So now that is coloured orange, which is the colour of my new Ajax city. And I can mine this location, which will give me 1 nitrate per turn, but it will cost me 4 titanium and 4 power. That's good. So we have in here 9 plus 1 nitrates. We've got our plus 1 food, and we're now down to 1 tritanium. That's all we can do for now. Yeah, so let's go on to the next turn. What have we got here? More habitation modules and thermo generator. What I could do here is not select either of those. I can't build any of them yet. I simply don't have the resources. So what I might do here is say I don't want any of these research projects added to my stack of cards here. I'll get 1 science instead. There you go. That's good. I'm not sure what I can do with 1 science, but there you are. So, yep, that's a nice hint. So do I want to do more exploring, or do I want to... right, so if I do this skill, I could then select that mining option and get 5 of that resource. I don't suppose I can do... Can I do that there? That gives me 5 titanium, but I've not explored it yet. No, I can only do it in these places I've explored. That's fair enough. Okay, so let's actually do an exploration. We'll come out here. We've done that. Let's come here. And that's given me 3 titanium, 2 more nitrates, red rocks, otherworldly. That's good. Okay, I'm still finding nowhere with water, which is very disappointing. Okay, let's go back to our city. Not much we can do here. I can't build this site here. I've got no silicates either. Is this not going to be a terribly successful run through in this tutorial run? Let's see what happens in the next turn. Oh, I've got a permanent trade route. That's very handy actually. Yeah, so we'll get these events pop up every now and then, which is good for me. I've got one trade route. And what can I do here? Again, I'm not sure I want any of these yet. Actually, no, I haven't got 10 water. I haven't got anything. I will take that, yeah, as another science. But what I can do is set up a trade route. So what we're going to do here is say what I want to export and what I want to import. And I can only do one trade. So I can only export one object, one of one thing, and import one of another thing. What I want here, I think, is water. So we're going to import water. And I haven't got anything to export yet, but I will export, I think, is my nitrates. I think, yeah. So I'm going to lose that. I'm not going to gain any nitrates per turn, but I'm going to gain one water. So that's one. That's all equalised now, so that's good. So that's my trade route. I want to do some more exploring, actually. If we come out this way, it's going to cost me 2 power. That will cost me just 1. But I think we need to spend that amount of power. Power isn't a majorly scarce resource at the moment, so let's come out here. 23 support, that's good. So that's an immediate boost to my support. So if I start losing it, I'm relatively protected. 3 titanium, or sorry, titanium. I've been calling it titanium, haven't I? And 2 more nitrates. Good. It's a crater, which means I could build a city, a new city in this location if I wanted to. Now there's silicates location. Not major, so small hint of silicates, so I'm not sure. We're not building anything yet. Let's move on. Ooh, resource support. So to increase their prestige, 3 big corporations are offering a gift of resources for no particularly good reason. Okay, 10 titanium, 10 water, or 10 power. So it's a one-off gift. I think let's take the water. Right, these require silicates. You're going to require food. I will add you to my stack. I can remove them if I need to. If there's something really good that comes up in the next year, then I can remove, because I've got a limit on the number of cards I can put in here. I can remove one if I wish to. Though what's my world look like? That will give me titanium. Oh, titanium. I must stop calling it that. So let's explore once again. It's going to cost me 3 power though to get out there. This one, small hints. They're all small hints. No, we're going to spend the power. Let's go out there. 4 titanium, 3 silicates. Ooh, and a lost batch of supplies, so I'll get extra 10 food. That's good. Okay, the game is pausing for some reason. You better not crash. So we're back in the game. It did crash, but thankfully it appears to have a fairly robust autosave mechanism, and we're more or less where we left off, I think. We're a couple of steps back, which is okay. I think we're on the previous year from where we were. Again, to be honest with you, to be fair, when I first played the tutorial scenario, it crashed on me in a similar place actually, but once I got back in, it carried on faultlessly from there until I completed the scenario an hour or 2 later. So yeah, there is something going on here. So crashes, again, early access, can be expected to happen, unfortunately, but it does recover quite well, which is a good thing. Right, I think everything's done now, so I think if we just go on to the next turn. Ooh, exploration satellites. This is very good actually, because it helps with exploration efforts by giving us a free way of exploring distant parts of the planet without costing power. But we can only use it once every 3 turns. That is very good. Okay, so I'm not sure. We've lost, I think, the corporation food supply, which was the alternate we had before it crashed, so we're not getting that. That's okay. Right, so what research projects do I want to add in here? Any of them? Load balancing, 1 power per turn for every 4 buildings. Oh, using power. Okay, I'm not sure I fully understand how that works. Public baths give me more support. That's not a big issue at the moment. Maybe let's go the load balancing. I say we can always remove these if we need to, if something more exciting comes along. Right, now I was going to use 3 power points to go to this location here with the titanium, but I could use my satellite, which is here. There you go. If I click on that now, yay, 4 titanium, 3 silicates. I've explored that little site there for free. Oh, and got food. Well, that is very handy indeed. Good. We're still finding nowhere with water. This is very distressing indeed. Can I mine that? Oh, I could mine that and get the titanium. I could mine that and get the tritium. I haven't got anywhere with silicates yet, which is what I'm really after. I really do want silicates. We could go down here. How much is that going to cost to go down here? That's 4 power. Okay, we'll use a satellite for that next time round. What else can we do here? We could explore, oh, up here, which gives us science as well. Let's explore that one. That's fairly cheap. 3 tritium and 3 science. That's handy. That's good. Oh, and somewhere with a little bit of water perhaps, and a smiley face. That gives me more support. Can I build anything here? No, that's fine. Nothing's changed there. So let's move on to the next turn. Oh, this is interesting. Eco homes. Right, that's good. It requires less food, but it does require more science. A tuber farm. We'll add these into our stack. Okay, I'm not sure how many of these I can actually add in at this stage. What is the maximum count there? We shall find out at some point, I'm sure. Okay, and what should we do here? We can either mine something or go exploring again. That would going to require 4, isn't it? Okay, let's go up there. No, 2. Oh, that's only 2. Well, that's interesting. I thought that'd be further away, but it's not. 3 water, 25 support, and 3 science. That's nice. Reveals a location which might contain a large amount of water. Good. Sandstones. Right, now some of these tiles here, some of these locations are useful for different types of buildings. So we can actually build outside of our city. We can have infrastructure projects in these tiles here which aren't used for anything else. So I think on a high plateau we could put a wind farm for power. We can build scientific or cultural locations on other tiles, which again gives us boost to support or science or whatever. So let's move on. And our projects here. Oh, we can build a public bath or another of these generators. Ow. We don't need the support actually at the moment, but we could build that. That might be handy actually. Now the tritium thermo reactor, if I put it here, you'll notice on this habitation module, if you look at the information underneath it, it says -1 support because I'm building this next to the habitation module. If I build it over here, no such impact. So that's the adjacency thing that we mentioned before. So I could build it. I could build it here. That's very good. We could go mining, or we could go exploring again. Where do we want to go exploring? I think up here. Yeah, 5 tritium, titanium. I'm going to call it titanium. Yes, forgive me, but I'm never going to remember to call it titanium. But now that I've said that, I probably will. Oh, and more food. This is very handy. Good. And locations, silicates, nitrates. This is interesting. So what else can we do here? One thing to note is when you go to the next turn, if there's anything you could do but haven't done yet, it will give you a message to say, oh, you've not done this yet. Do you want to do this? So like getting a new research project, or if you haven't used one of your leader's skills, it will remind you there are things you can do, which is all very handy. Or we could build our laboratory. Actually, that would be good. No, I want to build that in the city. Build it there. That gives me +1 science. And as we've seen, we need science for some buildings, like the eco homes. Excellent. Now, did I mention this in the introduction? Yeah, every few years, the expectations of my population will rise. We are now getting a -5 support every turn from our population. So we need to increase the support through building the appropriate buildings. Yeah, you'll see how it works out. So we haven't got any choice. That is what's going to happen. So notice our support is now going down by 3. So I need to get something in, like a public bath, to increase support. Darn, I didn't include it. We have choices here. We could add population, which adds support, or a robot building which adds population which doesn't need support. Okay, that's quite good, actually. We could use that for now. We'll add that to our stack. So if we go into our city, let's demolish this rock for 3. So you know we've got a source of power. Now this building here will add to our locations and population building count here. Actually, if I build you there, say, yeah, so I now get a way of expanding. Ooh, that's interesting. I can expand to 2 places. Now what I can do here is I could found a new city here, but that requires a fair amount of food and water. Or I could own this place, this tile, this location as part of New Ajax City, or build a new city here. I can't do both. Okay, let's expand out here. So we'll expand to that, which means we can mine that territium. Yeah, we've got that mine on there, so we've got one of those coming in. I'm going to leave the other 1 point for the moment. And we're going to use our satellite to explore one of our far away locations. Okay, let's go here, which will give us water. Potentially. Collect resources, we've got 5 water and 3 tritium. Okay, now can I, in New Ajax, yeah, I could expand out here, but I can't expand out there. I can only expand through one pathway. Now see, this place is 2 steps away, that one is 3 steps away, so I can't expand straight out to there, which is why I would like to have a new city somewhere which would be closer to that, so I could expand into that space. What we'll do is explore somewhere else. We could go here. Let's go out here for 2. Ooh, this is a lava tube, so this is another potential city location. And there is water here and tritium, and I've also gained support. So that plus 27, although it's not adding to my ongoing support, it does give me an extra buffer. So this -3 is now less significant because I've added another 27 to my total support. Anything else I can do here? No. Let's go on to the next turn. Another generator. Entertainment centre. That gives me support. That'll be good. So that gives me +3 support for every adjacent population building. Aha! That's handy. Let's add that to my stack. I go to my city. Now if I were to place this entertainment centre here, that would give me +3 support on this habitation module. I could place another habitation module there. That gives me loads of support, doesn't it? Okay, let's place that. So that now means I'm losing nothing per turn in my support. If I were to place this eco home here, Yeah, it's not adjacent to that building. There's no pathway to it. So I'm going to need to demolish this rock, which takes me down to 16 power. Yikes. So that gives me +4 support for that population building. But I don't need to do that just yet. But I can have my man go explore somewhere. Ooh, I can place this on a tile. That's what it says. So that gives me a new supply location, as we discussed when we were talking about the leader. I think I understand that correctly. No, do I want to go mining anything in particular? Do I have a silicates location? I don't. Can I explore then? We'll explore this, I think, or no, we'll go here. I like support. Another +20 support. Flat plains, lovely. Good, good. Let's move on. It's election year. This is, yeah, so every 10 years by the look of it we get a new leader. So who do we have a choice from? So Thomas, he is retiring. So we have a choice now between Tariq, who gives us overworking. Oh, so I can overwork a city, but that'll give me -5 support for that turn. Or a police station, which gives me +1 comfort, which I think builds into my support somehow with a water boost. So every 3 water I produce, I'll get 1 more, but I'm not producing any water at the moment. Alternatively, Gustav, artificial intelligence. Ooh. Ah, you'll give me a +5 power boost and 2 more projects suggested per turn, and increases my science production for every 7 robots. I think actually, yeah, we'll go with Gustav for this. And what do we have here as possible? We're getting close to 30 food actually, so we could put another habitation module, or eco buildings, or a greenhouse. Actually, I'm thinking the greenhouse might be good for the moment. Yeah, we'll go greenhouse. One thing to point out here, if I've not already mentioned it, is when you get a new leader, their skills are not lost when they retire. If you look at the top right here, you'll see my previous leader, Alex's skill. Was he Alex? No, Thomas. It was a silicates boost. I still have that. So that skill is still here. So every leader I get, their skill is added to my population's collective memory, if you will. So I will get a +1 boost for every 3 silicates I mine or produce. And likewise, when Gustav retires, his science skill will be added to my collective memory, so I'll get that 1 production of science every 7 robots I construct. That's how I understand it. Anyway, what can we do here? We don't have a satellite. We can explore. Do I want to explore, or I'm not able to research? No, that's okay. We can expand once more. But what I could do, add the eco home here actually. Yeah, let's do that. That gives me loads more support and plenty of expansion points. Yeah, we've expanded. We should start thinking about creating a new city. So where can I place cities? I could place one here or here. They're quite close to me. Let's explore out this way. Let's see what options open up in this. There are districts as well on the map, which I've not noted or commented on before. This current district we're in, which is bounded by this wiggly line, is Noachis, and each district has certain characteristics of temperature, of oxygen, and rainfall. Currently, because I've done nothing really to the planet, they're all very low. So -1, -3 oxygen, and -3 rainfall. Now in this district, Aona, temperature is -3. So quite possibly my expansion of my city here is adding to the temperature. Oxygen level -2, -1 rainfall, Whereas this district here, Solace, -1, -1, and 0 rain. Interesting. So it might be worth coming out here to Solace to expand my next city. Well, we've got another district here, Sabia Minor. Oxygen. Oh, actually, this could... there are aquifers here, so this might be why this is also a 0 rainfall. Right, let's go exploring. Don't want to spend so much energy at the moment because we're running a little bit low. Let's go out here. Explore into Solace. 3 titanium. I've got it right. 2 tritium. Ooh, okay. No locations for a new city as yet. Annoying. I could open a new city here. In this lava tube. I need 40 food. And I've used all that food building the eco homes, didn't I? Bother. Right, so maybe I could do with another greenhouse. Let's build another greenhouse. We'll build you out here, I suppose. There you go. So that will give me a +2 food. Right, next turn. And we got another choice of possible resources. We can get nitrates, silicates or tritium. What am I short of? I have no silicates at all, so let's go for silicates. And what do we have here? A touring company gives me support. Windmills. Lovely, lovely power. Right, we will take that one, I think, because that shows off something else we can do. These are planetary infrastructure assets which we can place outside of our city. So we had a high plains, didn't we? Here, rocky plains. You're rocky. You're a high plateau. So can I place you there? No, because I need to expand to that location. I need to own it first. Okay, but I can expand out to there. And I can then place that down there. Windmills. So I'm getting 1 extra power per turn, which is lovely. We've got our satellite, so we can explore out here. 4 silicates, yeah, tritium, titium, tratium, whatever. We've got those. And more food. That's good. Right, what I'm going to do is we are going to move forward until I've got enough food to set up a new city. That's what we will do. So I'll carry on playing this and I'll come back to you on the other side of a sexy video effect. But before we can build a new city, we have a disaster has been inflicted upon us. We have a sandstorm raging through New Ajax and it's damaged one of my buildings, the robot hub. Which is this one here, and this will take me 3 power and 3 titanium to repair. And I get, because it's smoky and damaged, I'm getting -10 support per turn, which is quite a drag. I think it repairs itself. Auto repairs 1 resource per turn. That's going to take, I think, 6 turns to repair. Can we do that immediately? No, we're going to leave that, I think, for the time being. So what else do we have on our research list here? We've got a hospital, which gives us support. A soil factory, which is more food. That's quite a good one, actually, isn't it? The hospital. Yeah, we'll take you, add you to our stack, and I'll carry on playing, and I'll come back to you at the next significant effect. And another significant effect has occurred already. I was planning to carry on until we got in the new city, but things keep on happening. This game is rather dynamic. So we now, as you saw, got a card coming up telling us that we have been provided with a CO2 factory, which will actually help us terraform the planet by extracting CO2 from the atmosphere. And that should help us raise the oxygen level, the temperature, whatever. So it's helping us in that direction. And having got that, let's have a quick look at these. A robot hub, landing pad, a radio telescope, 1 science per turn if placed on a high location. Ooh, that, yeah, you should see. Well, a landing pad gives us more trade route options. We'll take the landing pad, I think. So what's happened, because we've now got that terraforming asset available to us to build, we now get these icons pop up here, which tell us how well we're doing in terraforming the planet. We'll discuss those as we go further on into the game. We can place a CO2 factory somewhere. Can we place it in New Ajax? -1 support to adjacent population centres. That's okay. That's going to take 10 power and 9 titrini, whatever it was called. That's good. Yeah, we'll place you there. Good. And as you can see here, we're getting a +1 on our heat. That's from the CO2 factory. Oh, and +1 atmosphere. And these impact on the different things we can do to the planet in terms of terraforming, in terms of bacterial activity, or forests, or wildlife. What we've changed will impact what we can actually place down in those sort of terraforming areas. Can I explore for 3 power? I could do. I've got power to spare at the moment. Well, let's go out here. More water, titanium, and science. That is good. Oh, and more food. Excellent. So we could establish a new city. And where are we going to do it? We're going to do it in Arabia, which has very little rainfall, 0 oxygen, and a temperature of 0, which actually isn't too bad. It could be a lot colder. And we're close to silicates and nitrates. Yeah, this will be a great place for a city, this lava tube. Can I found it? Yes, I can. Oh, I can't because I haven't explored all the locations. Bother. Okay, so we need to explore this location and that one, I think. Then we can get in there. Right, be back with you in a moment. Oh, and we have got some progress from our scientific advisors. We now have bacteria we can start spreading. Now these will have certain conditions that you need to meet before you can spread them. Here, this will provide 1 heat, but it requires a minimum temperature of -1. So if it's -2, it won't grow. And this one requires -2. But that provides +2 atmosphere, and this provides +1 heat. Ooh, which one should we pick? We're going to go atmosphere. We're going to do that one, the Denilocus. So that's a biolab. That's provided. Where's that? Is that on my? There it is. That requires 20 science. We're not too far away from that yet, actually. Oh, we've got a satellite, so we can explore this for free. That's good. Got loads of support. That's good. Silicates, titanium. That's lovely. Can I found a new city? I can. So I've explored all the adjacent locations. I've got 30 food. I've got 5 water. I think we'll call this New Bristol. Why not? And it will be green. So this is my new city. And because it's a lava tube, we're getting a support boost here. Well, that's handy. And if I build my headquarters in these locations... Where am I building my headquarters? I'll build it out here, actually. Yep. So I'm getting 4 support for that immediately. That is excellent. And what else should we build in here? Yeah, we need food is going to be important to the growth of our population. So we'll put a green. Oh, I need to need to get rid of these rocks. Let's go back to New Bristol. Get rid of you and you. Where can this greenhouse go? There. Why not? Okay, so we're getting loads of food now. That is excellent. And we can expand 1 more location for New Ajax. Where will that be? I want to come down here, actually. I think so. We'll expand out this way. We'll come out here. Yep. We're going to lose support here because we saw a -1 on that. So we're losing support by expanding our city's range so far away from our central hub. But we can cope with that, I think. Once that robot hub comes back into use, we'll have gained our support back, I think. We've got a fairly good buffer. So there we are. I think I really should wrap this up now. So this is Terraformers. I think I'm going to be doing a couple more episodes of this at least, to at least show you the completion of the tutorial. There's all sorts of things going on. Everything is procedurally generated as you develop your city. Your cities, you have different impacts on the planet, so you'll get different effects in terms of the biology you can put down, in terms of the wildlife and the flora and fauna you can put into the planet. And you're going to be beset by different types of disasters like sandstorms. You'll get different offers of help from the good people of Earth to develop your colonies. And yeah, it's in that sense, it's wonderfully dynamic. So it's not simply a following a story type game. You have to react to the events happening and what's going on. See if you can actually terraform Mars into a fully livable, outdoors livable planet, just like Earth is, or hopefully will continue to be if we don't destroy the planet first. Anyway, that I think is it for Terraformers. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this first look at Terraformers. There will be, I think, a good couple more episodes of this at least as we go forward. If you're enjoying this, do let me know, because that will encourage me to do more episodes. You can either just click on the thumbs up button to give us a like. That is always appreciated. Even better if you've got any comments, what you think of the game, where I've gone wrong, what I've misunderstood. If you're looking forward to this, if you're wanting to follow the development of Terraformers, please do just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be absolutely awesome. It's always good to hear from you. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, you could do that now. And that way you'll know when I do another Terraformers Let's Play, or indeed any of my other Let's Play series. So, from me, Ajaxpost, here in Terraformers. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.